What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be talking about the best way to carry your North American Arms Pug. So let's get into it. All right, so I'm in the North American Arms group on Facebook, and I frequent it a lot because there's a lot of cool photos of these little North American Arms guns on there. And I stumbled across Hammerforge, and we're going to talk about it. We're going to jump down the bench. We're going to take a look at this. There's a lot of cool stuff happening there. So without further ado, let's hop down the bench and talk about this grip. All right, so we got the Pug here on the bench. This one right now is chambered in 22 Magnum. I also have the 22 long rifle cylinder. But what we're here to talk about today is a couple of things, but the first thing I want to go over is the grip. This grip is from Hamreforge, and the owner of the company is Ryan Hammer. I got his card right here. I'll leave all his information in the links below. And came with this bag. I have an extra clip here, titanium clip on it, extra screws, the Allen wrench for it. He also supplied me with a couple of stickers. Pretty cool. I love stickers. Thank you again, Ryan, for those. Again, all his information will be down below. And reach out to Ryan to get on the list because we're going to go over a few things here first. This is a pre-production model. These aren't out yet. He's going to have them on his site. So if you go to his site and get on the list, he'll notify you when these are available. Again, this is a pre-production model he sent me to test out. And I've been running this thing for probably 2 weeks, 2.5 weeks now. It lives in my pocket. I'll roll in some shots of this in my pocket. Disappears with the deep clip. First thing we'll start with is the clip. This is the reason why I wanted it, is because this is a great way to carry it. It's like carrying a pocket knife. This gun is so small. As you can see, it disappears in your hand, disappears in your pocket, as you'll see in the pictures I showed you. It features a Spyderco clip, so any Spyderco clip, either from them or aftermarket, will fit this. So he did the 3-hole Spyder clip design here on this side for right, and he also did it for left. So depending if you're left or right-handed, he accommodated that. He also put the grip screw on this side, which was clever because if this clip ever, if you Loctite it on there, and I'll get into that in a second, and you had to get it off to make some modifications to get this clip off, you can do so. So I did have it loosen up on me, so I did take it out and put Loctite on it, so I'm not going to have an issue with it. But these screw heads are very small. They're Allen. He's going to possibly working on Torx. So if this ever got jammed up, you could just take it off. And I mean, the clips are cheap enough. You could just, I mean, if you had to cut it off, this one's titanium. I don't want to ruin this one. And the other one's black titanium. And if you had to take them off, like I said, you could get it off with a Dremel, slot it, whatever. But, you know, that's up to you. But Ryan also said that if you guys get jammed up with this and this clip won't come off, the screw strip, take this handle off, the grip off, and send it back to him, and he'll take care of it for you. So that's pretty cool. This one here is made out of carbon fiber and resin material. And what's nice about it is this high ridge right here. It's high in the hand, in the webbing of your hand with this grip design, which is really nice. So you get a good purchase on it. I did take it to the range and fired a couple cylinders. I mean, I'm not recoil sensitive anyway. I shoot everything, not to toot my horn, pretty good without any heavy recoil. And I had no issues with this. It was very comfortable. You get 2 fingers on it, as you can see, and it's high up in the webbing, so you get a good purchase on this thing. And it's very fast to draw it out of a pocket. It's no different than drawing your pocket knife with this clip. It deep carries, which I'll show you the pictures. I'll roll in some pictures of this. It deep carries. You can't even tell you got a firearm in your pocket. Just a really nice design from Ryan Hammer at Hammerforge. And I think this is going to be a home run, guys. I think if you get this for your North American Arms, you're going to be pleasantly surprised on how well this carries in the pocket and how well it feels in your hand. This thing has been in my pocket since it was sent to me. I put the grip on right away, put it right in my pocket, and I couldn't believe it. I was like, wow, this is fantastic. But for a second, we're going to pause about the grip, and we're going to talk about what I did to this gun, because this is actually a second part to a video I made back when I started dehorning this gun. Now, I took all the sharp edges off of this. I'm going to show you a picture of what this gun looks like from the side. It's all straight, sharp edges. Anybody who owns a North American Arms know that these edges are razor sharp. It's just a box cut. It's just chopped off, and this is sharp, everything sharp on it. So as you can see here, this is all dehorned and polished. I took all the sharp edges off on both sides. This whole front where you take the gun down, which, let's take the cylinder out of it, as the cylinder does have ammo, and I don't want anybody to get scared that this might go off. So let's take the ammunition out of it. It's a single action anyway, so nothing's going to happen, but we'll take the cylinder out just so the safety sallies don't get excited. And then we'll put this back in, and then we could talk about this for another second here. All right, so again, all polished and dehorned, as you can see. all the way underneath. Polished it with flits. I did it actually on my knife grinder, guys. Don't do this with a Dremel because you want precision. I have a knife grinder. I make knives too. And I use my knife grinder to take this down, and then I polish it all. I did polish it with the Dremel and the flits, but it just looks fantastic. You're not going to get any, you know, if you left this with this clip in your pocket with these sharp edges, and even holsters, add this in leather holsters, they chew them up. Especially if you use it a lot, taking it out of the pocket. This is a daily backup or a daily carry. These sharp edges that are on this from the factory will chew up a holster. So now with this dehorn, and it's smooth, I mean, it's polished like chrome, as you can see. So now with this in my pocket, with this clip, there's no issues. I even dehorned underneath here. These were sharp here on the frame. Dehorned those. I just didn't do the back bar here. I didn't think it was necessary because when I pull it out, I usually have my hand right on the hammer. So when you pull it out, because it's a single action, you're going to have to use that hammer anyway. So there's no reason to bob the hammer. You won't be able to use the firearm. But this is all dehorned now. This is finally finished. It's all polished in its last configuration. I'm done with it. I may actually end up polishing the fins on the side. I'm not sure. Just depends how far I want to push it with this gun. But yeah, that's all polished and dehorned. And with this clip from Hammerforge, I think this is a home run carry, guys. Not to have this in your pocket when you leave the house is criminal. You'd rather leave the house with something than nothing. You know, they say don't bring a knife to a gunfight, but you know what? This thing's a 22 Magnum, 5-shot, single action. I wouldn't want to get hit with it. I train with this gun. I've used it a bunch of times. I have a lot of rounds through it. Close range, it's pretty accurate. You know, this is a point and shoot deal. And it's better to have this than to have nothing, especially in the summertime. I mean, why wouldn't you carry it? But again, with this pocket clip, it's just like carrying a pocket knife. It really doesn't weigh, it doesn't weigh much at all, guys. I mean, I carry my Olight flashlight. This is the flat arc felt. Love that. That rides in the pocket. And I also have my benchmark bug out right here. So all three of these things in my pocket, I can't even feel it. So with all this stuff in my pocket, it doesn't weigh anything at all. All three of these together doesn't even weigh what a polymer pistol would weigh or a small pocket gun. So all three of these things live in my front pocket. And this one obviously to the far right. So it's the first thing you grab. And then the light, and then my knife, which I'm thinking about maybe moving it around and changing things up. But I haven't had any issues. I've trained with drawing this with all this stuff in my pocket, and I haven't had an issue. But let's move this stuff out of the way for a minute and get back to this grip, which I think is just a fantastic design. I mean, he really put a lot of thought into this. You know, his whole family's involved in it. It's a family operation, and it's just a great design, I think. The way it fits the webbing of your hand high up on there. That's the thing. Whenever you fire a firearm, you want to be as high up on the gun and in line with the bore as possible to absorb recoil. And this gun achieved that with this grip, in my opinion. This thing is great. Like I said, they make a couple other ones that have clips on them. They're kind of cheap and chintzy. This thing could beat the hell out of it. Like I said, it's got carbon fiber in the resin, and this thing is just it's rock solid. But again, this is a pre-production. He may change things around for his final production, but get on the mailing list for this because this thing is definitely going to sell good. All right, guys, we're going to hop out for some final thoughts. All right, so that was a look at the Hammerforge grip for the North American Arms. You guys got any questions or comments? Be sure to leave them down below. Hit a like on the video. It helps me out with the algorithm on YouTube so these videos get seen. And drop some comments down below. Let me know what you guys think. Also, if you guys want to support the channel, a link is down below to buy me a cup of coffee. If you wish to do so and donate to the channel, you get a shout out in the next video. With that said, guys, we'll see you guys in the next one.